Ah, I know, right? It's crazy how kindness is actually man's greatest weapon. It's so fascinating to me how kindness is actually one of man's greatest weapons on earth, in the sense that are we actually using it for doing good or doing evil? So think of it as a double edged sword, to be honest. Are you actually being kind to people out of a selfless way or out of a selfish way? Are you actually being kind to people based off you serving God and benefiting people? Because at the end of the day, if you actually be kind from your heart, from a genuine point of view, you are both serving God, self, and actually people. Or are you just being kind to someone just for the sake? Are you just being kind to someone just to like get things by, or just like for someone to stop irritating you? And I don't want to actually use the word kindness in a bad way to like portray something evil or something bad, because it is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. So that type of kindness, like the bad type of kindness, the ignorant, the arrogant, the selfish type of kindness, let's think of it as niceness, to be honest. So think of the art of using kindness as a double-edged sword if you actually think about it. And I've actually come to realize that the art of kindness in a bad way, now the niceness is actually in a form of being selfish. You're just doing things for the sake, like I said, and to just like let people just leave you instead of doing it from actually a genuine point of view. But there are actually two types of this side of kindness. There are actually two types of this side of one using the art of kindness. And it really depends with someone's life experience on earth, based off someone's past experiences on earth. And the number one side I want to talk about is the genuine type of kindness. The type of kindness where we know that it does not conform to evil, but it conforms to good. Because at the end of the day, love is patient, love is kind. So, in the sense that this genuine kindness that people actually portray, if you're actually a genuine person in heart, is the one where you find this person has actually gone through so much trials and tribulations when they were actually either young, or just like life just messed them up in a bad way. Like it may be someone has gone through multiple bad breakups, someone has been cheated on multiple times, someone has been divorced, someone has lost their house, someone has lost people they love, like those, that type of tragic life experiences. But it's so strong, personally to me, how someone can stay strong and still be kind in a genuine way, though they have actually experienced such things. Like, for example, someone has gone through a breakup, someone has been cheated on, someone has been divorced, but they still show kindness to people. They still don't let what life has thrown at them to make them like waver or to divert who they truly are, because who we truly are is God, because God is love, like I will always say. God is love, so we are the embodiment of God, we are the embodiment of love. So someone who has actually gone through so many tragic experiences in their life, yet they still be so kind at a genuine point of view towards people, is something so strong, because that means that that person is actually gone through life based off persevering and a lot of resilience. And that's why Paul says in the book of Romans, rejoice in your sufferings, for suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. So such people who are kind at a genuine point of view are people who have actually suffered a lot in their life. They're people who have actually gone through a lot in their life, but they did not allow, like I said, life to make them waver. They did not allow life to make them like be, they did not allow their experiences that life brought towards them be their stumbling block. Why? Because they just continued. And to be honest, that actually shows that someone is actually truly and genuinely kind to someone. Why? Because they are able to actually see someone going the wrong way based off their life experiences. So they tend to not allow people to go through the burden which they personally experienced. And that's actually what makes them actually more wise. That's actually what makes them actually more knowledgeable about life. Why? Because their sufferings in life made them actually now see far into the future whenever they actually see someone diverting into the wrong path. That's why God normally wants us to normally go back to Him. That's why God normally doesn't want us to sin. That's why God doesn't want us to rebel against Him. Why? Because at the end of the day, God is eternal. So He's seen life from the beginning to the end, from when Satan um, disobeyed Him to even like right now. Why? Because his experience on him seeing how humans actually evolved. Now he normally now tries to divert humans from actually now causing harm towards themselves. Why? Because he's seen it himself. He's seen the experiences that people went through from Moses, from David, from who? From Saul. Like he doesn't want people to actually lose the path. That's why Paul says it again, all things happen for the good of those who love God and walk in his purpose. So God actually trying to divert you from doing something dumb, something stupid, is him actually protecting you. God actually making you not do something that you will end up regretting in your life is him actually showing his loving kindness to you. Like I said, love is patient, love is kind. That's why the Bible says his ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not our thoughts. Why? Because God has already seen life in experience from the beginning of time, and he knows what will make us fall away from him. So that's why he normally doesn't want us to sin. That's why he normally doesn't want us to um feed into the desires of the flesh. He's not doing it because he hates you. He's not doing it because he doesn't want you to no, he's not doing it because he doesn't want to he's not doing it because um he's been a bad father to you. No, he's doing it because he's protecting you. He's showing his actual love towards you. And I'm going to repeat it again and again. That's why it's written, love is kind. Because God's art of love in kindness in itself is him showing that he doesn't want us to detour from him. But at the end of the day, we all have free will. So God will convict you, but it's up to you to actually choose whether you're going to listen to him or not. Now, the second type of people are now the ungenuine people. The people who, like, yes, life has done them dirty, life has done them something very bad to be conformed into what they are. But at the end of the day, we can't blame them. But also at the end of the day, we cannot condone what they do. Why? Because if you allow life to make you detour or to make you be ignorant or to make you not be kind in general, then that means you've already lost. Because at the end of the day, life is not fair. At the end of the day, it's always going to hit where it hurts. That's how life is going to be. But the moment you allow life to take control of you based off the bad experiences you have experienced, now that's where you've lost. Like I said, that's why, like, for example, like someone now went through a breakup, but now because they have gone through a bad breakup, they say at oh no, now I'm going to break other people's hearts. I'm going to like be a marriage destroyer. Now they have allowed life to take a toll on them. Now, however they're going to be kind to people is going to be based off a narcissistic point of view. It's going to be based off a selfish point of view. Why? Because they are just showing the niceness, which is the fake kindness, in order to gain something for themselves, in order for them to feed their ego, to feed their pride, to feed their flesh. And that is something that's very bad. But that will only happen if someone allows the experiences that life has brought them to conform them into such a thing. That's why you should actually learn how to actually grieve whenever life takes a toll on you. You should actually learn to actually cast your burdens to God whenever life is actually making you feel a type of way, whenever life is really hard. And God's loving kindness will now come towards you. And that's why we should always be aware of the enemy's art of kindness, which is something that is always self seeking and which is something that is always evil, in the sense that love, in its truest form, is not self seeking. It does not rejoice in evil, it rejoices in the truth. So the enemy will always masquerade as someone good. He will always masquerade as someone that seems so nice, you know, but deep down in the motives of that person, if they are actually being ruled by the enemy now, is to actually now um divert you from God, is now to like take your soul and to actually devour your soul. That's why God says that we should guard our hearts and our minds all the time. That's why you need the spirit of discernment in you. You need the spirit of discernment in you to help you to make sure you do not allow such people who now use this niceness, fake kindness to make you fall astray. And yes, the people who life made them be conformed into a bad way, like I said, you have to heal. You cannot let life take a toll on you. You cannot allow life to make you be conformed into someone bad. Why? Because you are not conformed into someone bad. You're conformed in the love of God. And the love of God is something that is good. It is something that is pure. You are the embodiment of God. You are created in the image and likeness of God. So don't allow life to make the kindness, the pure kindness that is in you, be conformed into someone evil. Don't let life or the experiences of life or what people did to you to allow you to be conformed into someone bad. Don't ever allow that. Just always rely on God and trust in God. Because even at the end of the day, look at Jesus. Jesus on his way to Calvary, when he was being trialed, he never showed any art of bad kindness. He never allowed evil to get away, to get the best of him. Why? Because even Jesus himself said it, that he is able to call legions of angels to actually come down. He's able to call an army of angels to actually come down and save him. But he did not do that. Why? Because he knew his purpose. So he focused on the goal, on the kindness of saving us from evil. Because at the end of the day, he would have actually called the angels and he would have actually told the angels to come and devour everyone there. But he did not, because he knew that he had to die in order for us to be reconciled back to God. And even when he was in trial, when he was mocked, when he was spat on, when he was beaten, he never allowed what he was experiencing in that present moment in his life to allow him to conform into something bad. So should you do so. Don't allow life to make the true kindness that is in you take a toll on you. Don't allow life to hinder you from portraying who you are, who is the embodiment of God. So always, 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 always ask yourself, yes, life is taking a toll on me. People have done wrong to me. The experiences that I'm experiencing right now are bad. But am I going to rely on myself to go through this, which will end up making me do something dumb out of pride, out of ego, out of selfishness? Or are you going to allow God in it and allow His love and kindness to conform you in that present moment? Bless.